everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel. I am here today with a July update because I think it's been like a month since my last video and there is a lot to go over. So I had one finish and I think 3 new starts. My finish was already posted on Instagram, so if you follow me there, which is the same name as my YouTube channel, Crafty Gaming Jamie, then you will have seen my finish, but I don't think I posted my new starts on there, which I don't know why, but yeah, so 3 new starts and a finish. So I'm going to start off with my finish, which if you've been watching for a while, you know that I was trying to finish Castles in the Air by Long Dog Samplers in July, and I managed to finish it the day before my birthday. It was like the night before. I stayed up super late into the night getting it finished because I still had border to finish. So everything else was done, I think, pretty quickly that night, and then I ended up having border left to do, and I was just like, I have to stay up and finish this border. I am not going to let the border be what stops me from finishing. So yeah, I ended up, I think the border that was left first, I'll show it. There it is. My finish. And the border that was left was, there is this border here that's just 2 stitches, and it was all the way down this side that I had to do, and then on the bottom. And it took, it was like probably at least 2 hours that I ended up taking to get it finished. And it was just so annoying. Like by the end of the night I was just like, okay, 2 stitches. So I was just like 1, 2, 1, skip 1, another 1, 1, 2, skip 1, another 1, and it was just so not fun. So the last pages that I had to finish was this middle page here with the 2020, and then this page here. And they didn't take that long to stitch. Like I said, the border seemed to take forever, way more time than anything else. And yeah, this is it was stitched on 18 count Huntress from Picture This Plus, and I used Silks For You PR053, which is a slightly variegated cream thread, so it has like slightly darker cream areas and then some lighter. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find, I think in that building you can no. The darker areas are kind of hard to see, but there is a slightly darker cream in the thread. So I enjoyed that. It was fun to stitch, and I'm glad that I managed to get it finished on time. Nothing else seems to have worked out time-wise this year, but at least I got that finished on time. So then after that, I worked on something that I have a goal on this piece too, and so I pulled out Mini Home Is Where the Magic Is by Randall Spangler. Here is where I was last time, and I only worked on this like 2 days, being honest. It was not that much time. So here's where it is now. I don't know how much of a change there really is. This is being stitched on 28 count even weave 2/1 tent stitch, and I am now stitching it Extreme Cross Country by color, so I will use Pattern Keeper to find a color that has a lot of stitches, and I will pull that color out and just stitch that color until it is finished throughout the design. So there's where that is. My sister is also stitching on this chart, and she is also trying to get it done this year, and she is way farther than I am. I will leave her Instagram down below if you want to see hers, because she just posted a picture I think yesterday, and she is at almost 90% complete, and it looks so good that I would like to get mine done too, but I am not there. It will be a while for me, but yeah, so I want to try and have that piece finished this year. It's a mini, so it's not huge. I just need to actually work on it. So now it is time for my new starts. So my first new start is something that a lot of people I think have started because number 1, it was free for a week. Number 2, everyone likes Long Dog Samplers, and the name just fits with this year. So at the beginning of July? No, I think it might have been the end of June, the very end of June, Long Dog Sampler released a chart called Pandemic, and it was free for a week. And then if you want it now, it is available to purchase on their website. And if you buy it on their website, it's a PDF. If you would like a paper copy, I think 123 Stitch sells hard copies of the charts. And I ended up starting it the beginning of July. My sister's also doing this chart, so we started it together because she came from Colorado to Washington for the 4th of July. Well, not really for the 4th of July, but it was around the 4th of July, and then we had rented a house with a pool that we went to and just kind of like we're hanging out for like a week, stitching mostly. And so yeah, so this is our start. And I will say that this is the first time that I've done a long dog sampler that is not one color. After doing Castles in the Air all one color and Death by Cross Stitch using like the variegated floss, I wanted to try something that was just more like out there and fun. And so I went with multicolored, and so here's mine. I'm stitching this on 16 count Aida, 2/1 full cross. And when I picked my floss, I kind of just wanted to pick one color from like each color family. So I have, I have the green, a yellow, an orange, blue, red, purple, and then some kind of like, this is a dark purple, that's my border color, because I wanted something darker for the border, so this is DMC 154. And then this is kind of like my pinky. It is DMC 35, which was the color that I had originally wanted for Templar Prophecy, and I had loved this color for a long time, so I knew when I did Pandemic that I wanted DMC 35 in it because I just love that color. And then I also have a black, and the black I am using just for like rodents. So there's like a little squirrel thing there, and then I did that in black. There's another little animal there. So kind of like the animals you wouldn't really want to be around are being done in black. So there's that, and I am enjoying it. I think right down here is the bottom of page 1, so I am close to having the first page finished. Okay, that one is done. And then 2 more new starts. So I had been looking at Charting Creations charts for a while. I have always kind of wanted their charts, and they have a lot of Christmas charts that I like because I just love everything Christmas. And I ended up buying one. It was, I think, right before my birthday, and so I decided I would start it because Christmas in July. And so here is the chart. Here's my progress. The chart is, what is it called? Heaven on Earth 2, and I'll insert what it looks like when it's finished. It's Christmassy, but it's not like overtly Santa Claus Christmas. It's more of just like winter scene with some Christmas decorations, and I like that. And I am stitching this on 28 count even weave 2/1 tent stitch, and I think this here is like 3,000 stitches. I decided I would start on the right side because the right side to me is going to be kind of like more of like a boring side, because the right side just has like the sky and building, whereas the left side has more of like the tree with the lights and all that stuff. So to me that's more of like the fun, so I want to do the boring and then save the fun for last. And so yes, here's this. And I will say that for this chart I am using a mixture of CXC and DMC. My CXC order finally came, and first of all I'm going to say that I made a huge mess with it. So I had ordered 300 skeins of CXC. They were originally going to be for 2 other charts, but I have those charts kind of put on hold because I'm not sure if or when I am going to start them, and so I decided I didn't want to waste the CXC, so I looked through it to see which colors I could use for this chart, and I pulled those colors out, and I made sure that I had enough of that color to use throughout the whole chart. And then if there was any colors of the CXC that I didn't have, I just went and used DMC because I figured it wouldn't really be that big of a difference. So the CXC comes in bags like this. I had 4 bags because like it was 300 skeins. There was 4 bags that are separated by DMC numbers. So there was 1 bag that had like the early numbers, mid, another like later mid numbers, and then like the very end numbers. That made sense, but no sense at all. So yeah, so the CXC, and this is 1 label CXC, so it comes like this. It just has 1 label. It has their numbers are the same as DMC. I don't know if that's gonna show the number. So 720 in CXC is the exact same as 720 in DMC. And from what I read on, there is a CXC group on Facebook, and they said that there is 1 label and 2 label CXC. And 1 label technically means that it's like an older dye lot, and if it has 2 labels, so if it has 1 at the bottom and 1 at the top, it means that it's a newer version with a slightly different dye lot. So if you're doing a project using CXC, you would want to make sure that you either have like all the 1 label or all the 2 label. If there's that much of a difference. I don't know how much of a difference there is because I don't have any 2 label to compare it to. So there's that. And I ordered my CXC floss off of AliExpress from Factory Shop, and it was 300 skeins with shipping, and it was like $39. So that's really cheap to get 300 skeins of floss for $39. I don't know how much that would be for DMC, but it would be a lot. So, and then my next new start. Gotta move on. So my next new start is something on the more cuter side. It might not be what a lot of people are interested in, but I love it. I was looking on Etsy at kind of like video game related charts because you don't really see a lot of those from other companies. And I found some Zelda ones, and so the first one that I have to show is Link and Zelda, and they're playing games, and it has a little thing at the bottom where it says it's dangerous to play alone, which is kind of like a thing from like the Zelda games. There's the guy who gives you the sword and he says like it's dangerous to go alone. And this was from Unique Door Sign, and it looks like this when it's finished. And here's what I have done so far. So far I have Zelda, and then I still need to do Link. And then obviously I need to fill her in. So like all of, I think her outlining part is mostly done, and then Link will attach, like I think over here is like the black line that will attach Link to Zelda. I am stitching this on 40 count Mallow, and I am stitching it 1/2, and I will say right now that I'm not a huge fan of 40 count. I don't think I would order more 40 count. I think I will stick to 28 or 25 count or 18 count Ada, because those just seem to be kind of my favorites. Like, it's not terrible, but it's just not as easy and relaxing as when you're stitching on something else. So there's that. And then that is all my new starts and all my progress, but I do have a couple more purchases. So when I was on Etsy, I found another shop that sold video game charts, and they had so many charts. They had Zelda, they had Final Fantasy characters, they had Kingdom Hearts, they have Sailor Moon charts, and it was just, they had so many charts that I wanted, but I kept it to 2, and so I ordered 2 charts from Cross Stitch Salon on Etsy. The first one is a Kingdom Hearts chart that is full coverage, because I don't see a lot of full coverage Kingdom Hearts charts, and so I was super excited about that, and this is what it will look like when it's finished. And then I also ordered a Zelda Game Boy chart, so it's a little, like, it's got Zelda, and it's like Zelda themed, and then it looks like an actual Game Boy. And you stitch it on a plastic canvas, and then you can actually cut it out, and you have like an actual little cute Game Boy looking thing. And she had other Game Boy charts too, so there was like a Sailor Moon Game Boy, there was Spyro Game Boy, there was Final Fantasy 7, I think, because I think it was Cloud. I don't remember. Anyways, but yeah, there was like a ton of other ones, and she's working on another Game Boy one, and I think it's Pikachu, because she had like a Pikachu needle minder on it, and that's what it seemed to be leading towards, but I don't know. And then another chart that I purchased that was not from Etsy, and it's because I'm trying to like find other full coverage companies to stitch from, so I have like a variety of companies to choose from, is I ordered a chart from Threadbare, and it's called Futuristic Street Scene, and it's like more dark and not as cute as a lot of charts that I'm stitching, but I thought that it was really cool and looked kind of, well, I mean, it has futuristic in the name, but it looks like futuristic-y, and then it also kind of is like dark video game like, and so I liked that about it. And so yeah, I have more charts that I could be starting. There might be more new starts in my future, because I also ordered fabric and the plastic canvas for those charts, so they could be started basically at any time, which is like good and bad, because I don't need to have 5 million charts started, but I also love having 5 million charts started. Anyways, so I think that is all that I have to show for now, and I thank you everyone for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Even though I have not been making videos, I have been watching videos. I have been like checking Instagram to see how everyone else is doing on their stitching, And so yeah, I'm still around, just not always making videos because kids are home for summer, possibly school too, I don't know. Washington doesn't start school until the end of August, and so our district doesn't even have like their finished plan yet until next week. They have to have it sent out, so I don't know what they're doing here. No idea. So that could be interesting. But yeah, so I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe, and I will see everyone in my next video. Bye.